Madam Speaker, I understand that pandemics are scary. The last year, little over a year, has been scary. And I understand that legislating is difficult. We stand here today opposed to what's before us because I know that I am responsible enough to have my constituents come to me. The governor comes to us all the time and says, I need things, I make suggestions, you should deal with it, you should vote on it. What's before us here today takes that power away from us, no matter what our constituents think. Madam Speaker, I had a few questions about the resolution and the impact of that, and I don't know where I would direct those questions, and that is my question to you at this time.
You can direct those questions to Representative Fox.
Okay, thank you, if I may.
Go ahead, please.
How does should this resolution pass, work in conjunction with the penalties that lie in 19A 131A? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Fox.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The question is, if the resolution is passed, how does the penalties and the underlying statute pertain to the resolution? Is that the question, Madam Speaker?
Representative Fishbein.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. That's a fair interpretation of the question. Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Fox.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I presume that they apply in the same manner that they've applied throughout the pandemic. Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Fishbein.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, scenario, the resolution passes, the governor decides to issue an executive order, and a member of the public defies that executive order. What is the penalty that can be levied as a result of that violation? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Fox.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the representative for the question. I think one example I can provide is, I believe in terms of the masks, I believe there's a penalty outlined within that executive order that would provide a fine of $100. Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Fishbein.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I understand that the governor, utilizing the power that we've given, has determined unilaterally what fines. But the question is, under the statute that we're giving him the power to employ unilaterally, without any checks or balances by this body as a whole, what is the maximum penalty that can be employed for violation of those executive orders? Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Fox.
Through you, Madam Speaker, I'm not entirely certain what the maximum fine could be, but as I indicated in my prior answer, the one example that I can provide is the regarding the masks fine of $100. Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Fishbein.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, that's part of the problem, that we have not been told the extent and the gravity of this power. Because I'll bring to your attention, Madam Speaker, and you know, the press hasn't covered this. There's been really no talk about this. But under 19A 131A, which the good representative recognizes we fall within, what it says is that in parent 2 sub D, that one who violates an executive order of the governor during a declaration shall be fined not more than $1,000 or imprisoned not more than 1 year, or both for each offense. That's the answer. That is the maximum penalty that we are giving one individual unilaterally because we don't want, well, some of us don't want to do our jobs. And that begs the question, where is the due process in that statute? You know, ordinarily one gets arrested for a crime, subject to a penalty of a year. Some people get deported over that. And they have due process rights. They have a right to have a trial. They have rights through our criminal procedure. There's certain bars as to whether or not one could be arrested at all. We recently passed a statute that says that a 10-year-old can't be arrested for really any crime. There's no bar in this statute. So if a child, it doesn't say an adult, it says if anybody violates an executive order of this governor or any governor under this power, they can be imprisoned for no more than a year with no due process rights. There is no procedure in this statute. That is wrong. For those that talk about justice, that is wrong. That is the power that we're giving one person to make a rule and then to be the judge and executioner, utilizing that rule. Because it doesn't say that a department's going to determine that. It doesn't say it goes to court. That's the statute that we have. That is wrong. I stand here willing to do the job that my constituents sent me to do, sent me here to do, was to oppose or perhaps propose bills. There is no reason why any of these executive orders, these things, can't come to us. We debate those specific things, and then our constituents see how we vote on them. And then violation of those things, we would determine, and we would set up due process, because I'm sure that we would do something like that. We wouldn't just accede and say, yep, Governor, you're going to make all of these decisions. You're going to make determinations on whether people go to jail. Does one have a right to counsel? Ordinarily in criminal proceedings, under our Constitution, going to jail is a liberty interest. And because of that, we have a public defender process. We have a right to counsel. Where is it here? It's not in there. Those are due process issues that I talk about just about every day. Those are our civil rights. This statute violates them. It's never been challenged on its constitutionality, so we have to assume that it's constitutional. I care about people's due process rights. I care about their liberty interests. I care about doing the job that my constituents sent me up here to do. I'd like to do it. And therefore, I'll be voting against this resolution. So thank you, Madam Speaker.